Freedom March with Rodney Munker. Up next on ILTV.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of ILS or the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a product of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented, in part or entirety, without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead. God save the King.
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad mad wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Welcome to Freedom March. There is a huge fire on Gladstone Road. And if the police is unable, or should I say, if the fire department is unable to control it, you shall see the curse of the state of California here on the island of New Providence. Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Friday the 21st day of January, or should I say the 21st day of February, in the year of our Lord 2025. Overnight, in an underprivileged Negro community in the Angliston constituency called Mountain Heights, it is being alleged that a 19-year-old Negro male, apparently visiting, he was executed as Negro thugs and gunmen, it is alleged, showed up and killed him shortly before 11 p.m. The issue of suicide and the pressure that men are faced with, we should look at what a minister in the government told the parliament during the debate on the Mental Health Act. And that becomes very significant, what she had to say. And then, of course, the issue of hiring retirees. Who knows, the way I'm feeling, I perhaps might introduce you to some of the retirees that the Free National Movement hired. And I'm wondering whether or not they think that those people ought to be fired. This is Freedom March. God said the people of Gladstone Road, fire, tout mon haïtien, gardez pour de l'eau, kayo gimboule, ce soir. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's a Friday evening. Bim!
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production. Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where you see Saturday the 29th of March.
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Adi the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flair or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
I remember Cartel, I go did it.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grants Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and praise the Lord, as Friday comes to an end, my spiritual advisor is in studio, and I want to welcome him. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thanks so much. Good to be here, Sandra.
There are so many exciting things happening in the country. There's a huge fire on Gladstone Road. And of course, it threatens that area. And of course, from this morning when I got up, the weather seems to have changed radically. And I'm receiving reports that in Gladstone Road, the wind has picked up. So we do know that the fire engines are on the scene. And it is our hope that they will be able to tame this fire before it destroy a lot of the BPL infrastructure. But this is a dangerous, dangerous fire. And so pedestrians and motorists should perhaps avoid the Gladstone Road area and take another route into the Carmichael Road area. But let me now invite my spiritual advisor to set a spiritual standard today. Bradley, if you please.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Good to be here. Today we're going to go to the book of Luke, 12th chapter. This was something I did before a couple months ago, but I want to redo this. And it's the parable of the rich fool. The parable of the rich fool. And someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." Jesus replied, "Man, who appointed me a judge or an arbiter between you?" And then he said to them, "Watch out. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in abundance of possessions." And he told him this parable. The ground of a certain rich man yielded an abundant harvest, and he thought to himself, "What shall I do? I have no place to store my crops." And then he said, "This is what I will do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones, and there I will store my surplus grain." And go ahead, producer. Oh, that's it? Yeah. "And I'll say to myself, you have plenty of grain laid up for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry." But God said to him, "You fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. And then who will get what you prepared for yourself? This is how it is, or this is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves, but is not rich towards God." Luke chapter 12, 13 to 21. I read from the New International Version. The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Amen.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, I just want to say before I get into a state of excitement that tonight, my church at St. Joseph Catholic Church, they're having an old school dance. I'm advised it's tonight. It starts at 7 p.m. It's at the rear of the church in the church hall or the church community center. Tickets are at $20 per person, and of course members of the public are invited to purchase tickets and to enjoy themselves. And I just thought I'll tell you that, and it's powerful. Well, it is being reported that perhaps just before 11 p.m. in the Mountain Heights area, where there has been a number of murders, it is being reported that a 19-year-old Negro male, while visiting people in the community, it suggests that he doesn't live there, but I do not have that information. But I am advised that while he was visiting, a car pulled up. It was a drive-by shooting. Some reports say that he attempted to escape, and the gunman was still successful either in running him down and shooting him, or just open firing on him as he attempted to flee the scene. So that is another tragedy where in the Bahamas, men are being killed. It is interesting to note that there has been quite a considerable amount of alleged suicide. I have to say alleged suicide because in many instances there has been, to the best of my knowledge, no coroner's inquest. Now I might be wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, there's not been any. If there has been, it has been so inconsistent that I fail to see the regularity of it. But in the House of Assembly the other day, when the mental health bill was being debated, among the people who contributed to the debate happens to have been Elizabeth Estate, member of Parliament, Mrs. Jobeth Colby Davis, and she had some very interesting information that she provided, some statistical information showing that the vast majority of the people who were committing suicide in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas has been the man them. And that is very significant, notwithstanding that statistical pieces of information. I'm not sure that society, I'm not sure that the state, I'm not sure that the state mental institutions are doing sufficient to assist these men. These statistics are important because there's been a major campaign in the Bahamas led by women who are unsaved, women who have a lesbian agenda, women who are pretending that they are married women, when in fact they either left their husbands. I really don't want to refer to a confidential divorce paper in which the husband made some very serious allegation against his wife. I really don't want to do that. And that's why I keep telling them, you better leave these things alone, because I have statistics. I have access to files and information. And I'm a man. If the debate is going on, I first start off by doing what? Declaring my interests, pointing out my conflict. And then once I would have done that, I'm prepared to talk about yours. And so I'm very concerned about that. And then, of course, the other day there was another article in the newspaper, which I'm going to read to you. It's rather short, in which it gives some information in 2019 about the level of suicide in the country. Now, there's a major conspiracy going on. Everybody's conspiratorial. So I decided that since everybody's conspiratorial, I too can be conspiratorial. Remember what I told you. I have decided to talk by using a method that I learned while working at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center. And in psychiatry, it is called a flight of ideas, where you can't be focused on A. You just jump from point to point, and then they declare you crazy. So let's look at what is being reported as it relates to suicide. So in 2019, nearly 80% of the suicide deaths occurred among males. Let me repeat that again. In 2019, nearly 80% of the suicide deaths occurred among males. But between 2000 and 2009, there was a sharper increase in suicides among females compared to males. Between 2000 and 2019, the suicide rate in the region increased by 17%, with the Americas being the only World Health Organization region to show an increase during this period. The largest proportion of suicides, 38%, were among adults aged 40 to 69, followed closely by persons aged 70 plus years of age at 33%. Now, when Mrs. Jobeth Colby spoke in the House of Assembly, she did a very interesting maneuver. She referred to the state statistics on suicide. I've been trying to find that information. I was unsuccessful in finding it, and I decided I won't disturb her by requesting it, but perhaps this weekend I'll send her a message and ask her for it so that I can produce it. Because the information she provided, as the government moved to either amend or introduce a new mental health bill by turning it into an act of the parliament, was very, very significant, and it shows what is happening to the male population of your country. So not only are the majority of the men, or not only are the majority of the people who are committing suicide are males, the majority of the people who are being murdered are males. And then, of course, with this new pressure, where a group of lesbian women, and led by Lesbian A, that's what she's called within their secret community. I broke the code. So Lesbian A, for instance, has a campaign to interfere with marriage, and the men must stand up to Lesbian A. The men should protest against her. As simple as that. And so it's very important to note, and I would have told you about a Negro male who, it is alleged, committed suicide near Fritz Lane by the Collins Wall. So we have crisis on our hands. Our mental health is challenged. We are under tremendous pressure. Now there is a powerful force of unmarried women, lesbians, who is trying to put pressure, which is designed to cause weak men who are not strong and who's not prepared to fight physically and politically and spiritually against the forces of evil. So that's what's going on in society. I thought I'd tell that to you, as we know that Michael Pintard and the FNM has joined the lesbian agenda. Because Michael Pintard, who's a married man, he believes in rape being put in marriage. So he's very dangerous. The FNM is very dangerous. And with all this pressure taking place in the country, males, men of the country, FNM members and supporters, because the council, many of the council members, members of the meritorious council, they have confided. My spiritual advisor and I, we eat and dine with many of them, and they're very, very upset. They cannot believe that Michael Pintard is pushing this lesbian agenda. Mr. Spiritual advisor, I don't know if you have any comments, but it's up to you.
No, we continue to move on.
So, the battle will continue, and it's going to be very, very powerful indeed. So now we have this talk about the rehiring of retirees, and it is interesting to note that in a voice note which I heard today, the Progressive Liberal Party National Chairman and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Fred Mitchell, advanced a very powerful argument. And if you listen objectively and put aside your politics, you would appreciate what he is saying. One of the things that he pointed out is during COVID, when Dr. Minnis and the FNM just jacked up the society and gave plenty money to their friends to feed us. You remember that? There were many civil servants who either had reached an age where they had to retire. There were many civil servants who are the grandparents of children whose father and mothers had wonderful jobs. Some were bankers, some were working in the tourism industry, but they got hooked on crack, cocaine. Now many of you would have been baby children, and they produce cocaine babies. And of course, grandparents, to the extent that those children who got whopped out, got based out, and may have contracted dangerous sexually transmitted diseases and died, grandparents either had to step in and assist. And the time came where they had not completed their mortgages because they had to. We'll talk about it when we return. This is Freedom March. There's a big fire on Gladstone Road. I don't know if it's out, but it's a big, big fire. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Fire, fire, fire. Call the water, call the fire engine, as spiritual advisor. It's powerful.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
This segment of Freedom March is brought to you by Modernistic Garden and Pet Supply. For top quality dog food, shop online at modernisticgarden.com or visit our Palmdale, Carmichael, and Mullet Marathon locations today.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. But before I continue, I'm going to invite my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, to pay some bills.
Are your dogs hungry and tired of low quality food? Give them the best at Modernistic. We carry all the top brands. Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, and Nukshuk at the lowest price in town. On a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49. And for a limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. If you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality. Your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online today. Hurry. Offer won't last.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. So, folks, when we talked that adjournment, I was giving you an accounting of the national chairman of the governing Progressive Liberal Party. That's the Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell, who was clearly explaining why, in many instances, the government had to re-employ retired civil servants, taking into consideration that many of the retired civil servants, these are people who are like 45, but they reached that mandatory period where they had to be retired, but their expertise were needed, and there was no one to succeed them because we have failed to properly create within the civil service the mechanism for training, and we see it also being practiced in the private areas of employment in the country. Well, everybody knows that I'm an independent contractor with the Ministry of National Security. Well, do you think that as an independent contractor, whenever I'm moving in national security communities, that I don't attempt to determine who is nearby? Ha! Just me. So, if I'm invited to a church service, I try to determine who are these senior officials, either dressed in khaki or wearing private uniforms. Well, everybody knows that I'm an F&M who voted PLP. Under our F&M government, in the Ministry of National Security, we employed, we rehired the majority of the retirees. So you gotta watch out for me. In national security!
Why you do that to yourself?
Do you not know that there were many times I quietly asked Wayne Monroe for a meeting to question him politically, quietly, what's going on? In national security, some of the top advisors to the minister are people of the Free National Movement, rehired. But they're competent. Who's more competent? The head, the National Intelligence Agency, than my cousin, grandson, Anthony Ferguson, from Forrest Exuma, the former commissioner of police. Show them mama, cousin, grandchild. Anthony Ferguson is a former commissioner of police. Is the FNM suggesting that he should be fired? My ma, my grandma, cousin, grandson, the devil is a liar. I play politics, but I don't let nobody victimize people who I'm related to. I don't tell people, oh, this person is my relative. I only disclose my relatives if I'm upset with them, If I'm not upset with them, I don't tell nobody. Who's more qualified to work in national intelligence than a former officer who was in charge or played a significant role in drug enforcement? But we can find anybody who more competent than him. That's Samuel Butler. What about Mario Johnson? And how did they get those jobs? We in the FNM. We hired them, and they are qualified. And if a man is qualified, you don't get into his politics. It's like I'm qualified. So the PLP ignored that I'm an FNM. They know that they got a qualified FNM on board. Isn't that powerful? So you see, it's national security. What if I then, when I have the ear of the minister, because I do have the ear of the minister, what if I was talking negative talks? I don't do that. I listen to his reasoning. He gives me good reasoning. I said, okay, I understand it. But those officers whom I have identified have been people of impeccable character, hard-working citizen, and the country needs them. So what we can do? Listen to Michael Pintard, who won't put rape in marriage? Hell no. And then when you look at many of the retirees, who are they? A large percentage in the Royal Bahamas Police Force. The FNM said they're serious about fighting crime. So what do they want? They want the government to get rid of those officers, young people who are to retire at 45. I got people who 45 gotta call me daddy. I got people older than that who gotta call me daddy. So a 45-year-old person to me is a very young man. So did the FNM check to find out how much of that count has been returned to the Royal Bahamas Police Force. I just hope that those police officers who have been returned remember the FNM and vote against them, because they were supposed to check. Today, an officer retired who is a retired prison officer. Do you know I go to the prison? I go to the prison quietly many times. Many times I'm going to the prison, the minister don't know. I go to the prison. I go to the prison. And when I go to the prison, I get intelligence. How are the men being treated? One woman tell me they wouldn't feed her children, her daughter. So I find a way to get to the prison to see what I could see. Now, Monroe feeding everybody plenty food. All right? So what is the point that I'm making? They were supposed to return, and they have returned, a number of prison officers who'd reached that retirement age. Young people! And there was one who should have been returned, but he suddenly died. And I think, if I'm correct, he was buried today. And guess how old he was? 61 years old. So is the FNM saying that we should not have hired those prison guards when we need prison overseers? In the judiciary, do you know what judiciary means? The court system. There have been, among that count, are many people who have been returned to the judiciary. There's nobody else that we can find. Are they saying that the administration of justice should come to a halt? Watch what I told you when I said they don't study. I could give you an issue now that would upset the PLP government. Right now. Because instinctively, I'm in opposition. But I'm in opposition now for the first time in government. I could. So they're not doing proper research. It's hatred. Do you want the government to fire these people? And we have enough policemen? The coroner in the court is criticizing. After a policeman testified, if I understand him correctly, suggesting perhaps only him one was in the station, or him and somebody else, and the coroner want to know, how come it was only y'all? Now, you hear the concern of the coroners. You hear the concern of the judiciary. Should we not hire the police there? Should we not? And the coroner? Now, why did they not see that comment? Because there's no love in their heart. There was a period when the FNM had a caravan of love. You don't believe me? Ask the retired magistrate Linda Virgil. Linda Virgil and her late husband, Chuck Virgil, was in charge of the FNM caravan of love. Michael Pinter don't know nothing about that. And I'm going to tell you folks that the way I talk, there are many signals that I said. So the FNM did not attempt to find out who are these people. You need nurses. You need nurses. Are you saying that nurses who are still strong enough to make a meaningful contribution in the health system should not get the job? Come on. Come. The FNM, if they were smart, they would have used me secretly. They would come to me secretly and say to me secretly, talk sense to us. That's what they would have done. Now, FNMs do come to me. When FNMs have a problem, they come to me. I'd be so happy to welcome them to my government office. And when they come, I say, listen, you don't got nothing to worry about because there's an FNM in the heart of the government. What you want? Don't mind Michael. What is it that you want? They believe the police are investigating. I said, that can't happen. Use FNM, and I is FNM, and the police are investigating? The police can have to investigate and ignore your politics. They don't. Meaning that they don't investigate based on politics. So, the FNM is not being objective. Remember what I told you. In national security. See, they think that I don't do anything. All I do is things. Things, all I do. Right? Now, if the FNM wants to criticize the PLP, just ask me. there's a PLP minister. I don't speak for him, and I'd like to speak for him. I'd like to help him out. And so I said, now, how do I get to help him out? Maybe I should tell the FNM on TV how to attack him. Then when the FNM attack him, he will ask me, why you tell the FNM how to attack me? I said, now, let me show the FNM how I can defend you. So this is what is going on. So many of the people, 491. And then they have not examined the law. Take for instance, it's interesting to note that the minister did not refer to it. But there is the Foreign Affairs Act. I believe it came into effect in 2014. I think in 2014, Perry Christie was Prime Minister. It makes provision for the hiring of a retired diplomat who is at the status of a permanent secretary. So laws are in place, but nobody is studying the law. They're more preoccupied with whether or not whistleblowers are going to be protected. And I say to the FNM, what about goatskin drum beaters? Ha! They're concerned about whistleblowers. What about goatskin drum beaters? So nobody studied the law, nobody do any research, everybody's lazy, so they get it wrong. Today, the FNM gets an F because they've not done it right. We cannot fire those policemen who have been rehired. We cannot fire the prison overseers who have been rehired. We cannot fire any nurses who have been rehired. We cannot. Take it from me, we cannot. We cannot deplete the judiciary when we are arguing that we need a more efficient judiciary. So, while the FNM was talking nonsense, this FNM was checking to see who are these people. That is how you do it. You check. Say, boy, the PLP hired 491. Now, what were they hired to do? What are they consulting on? That's it. Okay? Mr. Spiritual Advisor?
All right, so let's take another look at this. All right, as we examine the statement made by the chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party on government rehires, right? Now, Senator, did you get this? Did you do this search? Now, according to the chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party said, statistics show the Bahamas is a country that is growing old, with fewer young people available to join the workforce. People ought to remember what the statistics are now showing, he said in a voice note. The population of our country is growing older and there's a shortage of young laborers.
Yes.
And so much of what you see is happening now is dictated by these demographic facts. All right, so now, let's see if we can examine that. The 491 people that were rehired, basically he's advancing an argument that the reason why that may have happened is because the workforce doesn't have the young people, the employment force does not have young people available for these jobs. Is that really true? Is that really true?
Who? What? So, well, let's examine it to see if it's true.
We need to see where the stats came from.
So let's look to see if it's true.
We have to find out where the stats came from first.
Let's look The stats.
Now, where would the stats come from?
It would come from the Department of Statistics.
Right.
Do not forget what is happening in this country.
So,
when this show started, why do you think I declared, what did I declare? That birth control pills was the pills of the devil. Because the population is not increasing.
So we don't have any young people to hire.
Which young person?
That's what it is?
Well, let's look at what you say. Which,
What I say?
Which young person do
Don't
you
put
think?
this on me, man.
Which young person?
Senator, that ain't what I say.
I know, but I'm asking you a question, Negro. Which young person do you know that we could put in charge of the National Intelligence Agency?
Could be somebody just on college.
Which young person you know?
We have a lot of young people qualified who came out, who have degrees, Senator. We have a lot of young people in this country who have degrees, whom now don't have a job.
Well, find me one
right now
who is trained to go to NIA.
And
I want you to listen to me for a second. Find me one, all right? Because we need somebody who ain't smoking dope.
Now you see we throwing.
Yes, sir. We need somebody in NIA who ain't smoking dope.
This trying to justify this. All the government is doing is sinking itself further and further.
No, the government is not sinking itself further. The FNM
So
is
let's
sinking.
go find where the stats is that shows that there are no
Well,
young
just
people
go
to
and
hire
do
in this
your-
country.
Just go and do your research. The IDB
Young people,
consistent.
pick up the Guardian and please read where the chairman of the Free National Movement says the Bahamas, based on statistics, is growing old and there are no young people to hire. You all please listen to that very carefully. There are thousands of young people in this country right now who don't have a job. But the chairman says, can't hire you.
So we could send them to NIA, just like that.
All we do is find out who's qualified.
We can send them to
and
NIA.
train them.
Come on, come.
Train them.
The IDB
But the chairman
just
say
said.
ain't no young people to hire. The workforce, the employment force don't have no young people.
And whatever young people are available are not qualified. I told you yesterday that the Interdevelopment Bank, IDB, they have just said that there are no qualified Bahamians. And you know there are no qualified Bahamians. Where are the qualified Bahamians?
And what area?
The University of the Bahamas is a major failure. It's a major failure. I have to listen to lecturers at the university. And when they finish with me, I say, oh, look, then I'm going to go and consult Allison. That is a failure.
And the thing about it, right, you bring in 491 people, they're making close to $100,000 basically each, right?
That is not true.
And if
you are telling
if
me
you're trying to
that
save money,
those
right?
241 policemen, I think that is the count, who were hired, each of them are making $100,000?
I didn't say all of them. I didn't say.
Come
I
on,
didn't
stop
say that.
spouting the FNM propaganda, man.
There ain't no propaganda.
I'm going to
around
leave
here.
your cell phone with the producer.
You can't do that.
I'm going to leave your cell phone with the producer.
You can't do that.
I want the PLP to know.
You're becoming
I
like
have
Trump
a
now.
number.
You're just a dictator.
I have a number. The FNM is pushing propaganda.
Nah.
Send me some things to say.
Listen. I know quite a bit of people who are rehired that making some really good, juicy money. All right?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
And it was confirmed that they're getting their pension and plus
yes,
they're
that's
being
the
paid,
law.
right?
That's the law.
When you could find young people that you'd even have to pay all of this money
Find me
to
the
work
young
in these
people
areas.
to
And the government,
replace.
rather than spend the extra 30 to 40 million every year on salaries, the government could save some of the money by having these young people trained to fill these positions.
We get millions of dollars every year. The FNM got millions of dollars under the minister's administration to train. The PLP get millions of dollars from the IDB to train. And every year, members of the public. If you read the IDB report, you know what they say? We need more money for training program. That is a fact. Only me will tell that to you. Michael can't tell that to you. Michael can't. Here is Michael, who is a former Minister of Agriculture. and a significant PLP initiative took place, and Michael Pintard ain't questioned it yet. He analyzed it yet. And he is a former Minister of Agriculture. He's not qualified. He's not qualified. And therein lies the problem. So this talk about how much money people are being paid, I want members of the public not to get emotive over it. If you bring back a doctor and the doctor is qualified, you got to pay him. Simple as that. We do need the 241 policemen. I think it's 241 or more. We do need the overseers. We do need consultants. The FNM has had consultants. The only time I've ever been offered a consultancy is when, the first time, you know who offered me a consultancy? Because he couldn't believe how hard I was working. And it was Dr. Earl DeVoe. And I refused to accept it. And when he asked me why, I said, man, the FNM to be jealous. I ain't want it. This is Freedom March. The 491 people are needed. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's powerful. I'll be right back after the break.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Do we pay any bills? My spiritual advisor before you do birthdays.
We do some birthdays first.
Very well.
Let's get the birthdays.
Go right ahead.
The way. So we got a list. February 21st. Mayor Antonio. Or is it Amari? Yeah, I think, I don't know. Mayor Amari Antonio. Happy 10th birthday goes to him. Coming from his dad, family, and friends. Okay, so happy birthday, Amari Antonio. Naisha Turnquest is celebrating the 13th birthday. Naisha Turnquest in San Salvador. It's coming from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Paul Turnquest, brothers and sisters, and Grammy, Kara May, and Aunt Janice Hunt. Jonathan Nan, happy 68th birthday to Jonathan Nan. Shout out to Jonathan, the trimmer Nan, for all who love you, your loved ones, especially your wife, Angela, your daughter, and grandchildren. Happy birthday, Jonathan. Melvira Miller, happy birthday to Melvira Miller. Greetings coming from your 3 boys, Jamal, Jalen, and Laraj, and your brother and sisters, also the Atlantis family. Hope you enjoy your special day. Happy birthday, Melvira Miller. Look like that's it. You have anything, Sandra?
Well, I want to start out by saluting Mr. Freeman Dean. Mr. Dean, I am told that you are one of the people there and that you love Freedom March. So I want to thank you for joining us. Freeman Dean, one of the man there. It's powerful.
Yeah, we also understand that Julian Ferguson is going to be celebrating the birthday on Sunday the 23rd of February.
Yes.
2025. Greetings coming from all his brothers, his wife, and his children. So happy
and
birthday.
All of his brothers, wife, and children. That's powerful. I have a good friend, Dexter Gardner. Dexter Gardner hails from Bigborn. Dexter, tomorrow is your birthday. Happy birthday. It's powerful. Any more?
No, that's it. So I think, yeah, we could move on.
Can we?
Yeah, man.
What were we discussing before the adjournment? We were talking about
trying to justify
what Fred
those
Mitchell had to say.
rehires.
Just the other day, perhaps some weeks ago, the Grand Bahama Shipping Yard, they had a big advertisement. They were looking for either 100 or 150 workers. They needed welders and surveyors and other professionals. Do you know, even though they tie up all the contract with most of these cruise ships around here, they could not find any Bahamian. If they did, it was so few. To the extent, guess what is going to happen? They have to bring in work permit holder. What constituency? What island is this? Grand Bahama. It's F&M country. And Michael Pintard and the F&M was in power the last 4 years. And what did they do? You heard me? The Grand Bahama Shipping Yard. They couldn't find any professionals. So politics is being played. The F&M can't find no issue. I could give them an issue. Do they want an issue in agriculture? I could give them an issue. I could tell them, here's an issue, go row Jomo Campbell. And when they would have finished rowing Jomo Campbell will then call me and say, why you send the F&M to row me? And then I would say to Jomo, this is how to defend. Now, why is it that Michael ain't see it? Michael has not seen it because he's run the F&M as a one-man team. So he's not allowing others to make a contribution. He thinks that he could win the election. And then, of course, you would have heard that I said that the IDB is a slush fund. It's beautiful if you're in charge of the country. they come in and they bring all kind of money. So when you heard that I said that I was studying to be a doctor in Pigeon Plum, do you know that they will finance that? Yeah, that's what they do. And take it from me, under the F&M, they got a lot of the slush fund. I'll give you an example. You would recall that our party had a member of parliament for Southern Shores. My spiritual advisor, I can't remember his name. What is the name of the F&M? Former member of parliament for Southern Shore and the Minister of Transport. Do you remember his name?
The former member of parliament?
Yeah, MP. The F&M. Will you play crazy?
Frankie Campbell.
Frankie Campbell.
Why you made him, oh, you're talking about back then. Okay.
The IDB gave Frankie Campbell and the F&M. See, I know. See, that's the problem they face with it. I know. They gave him $60-something thousand to finally organize the jitney business, to regulate it. You heard me? Ask Frankie Campbell and the F&M what they did with the money. Is the jitney services organized? Is it working? Listen to me. My party, you hear me? My party. I only want to use that. There's some other example, but I don't want to use some of those examples because you know it's F&M. But Frankie Campbell, he got plenty money to mobilize it. And they were right there, down there by Fort Charlotte. Say they organizing the jitney. I used to go down there, right? I had to go down there because my friend, you know, he used to be down there. So I would go down there to hail him and then to see what Frankie doing. You heard me? Don't mind these fellas. Don't mind them. I want the F&M to tell me that Frankie didn't get the money from the IDB. You see, they're not good opposition. See, I'm a good opposition. Immediately they come in this foolishness. When I listen, I say to myself, how do I offset them? I said, by damn, I'll tell the country today how find Frankie Campbell picture. He got 2 passports. Now he in Eleuthera trying to get the nomination.
I don't know why you're bringing this man name back up.
You heard me? Now he in Eleuthera trying to prevent real indigenous F&M from getting the nomination. You heard me? But he gave an accounting. And the last time I saw Frankie as a minister, you know where he was? He was on Arawaki, walking in the sun, dressed in coat suit, with a Negro man named, what is the name of the Negro man who's dig sand in Arawaki?
No, how are you supposed to know that?
He was a former Defense Force officer. Mr. James Curling.
Oh.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Now, only Frankie I can talk about. Okay? I ain't gonna call the other F&M name. But if they run on, next week, God spare my life, they run on, I'll tell you about the slush fund. And let me tell you something. Frankie could mismanage a slush fund. Oh, he mismanaged it. He mismanaged it. Right there. Say he organized the jitney. Now the jitney business and the voice business. But so we want to come back to the government. I want to show you another person that the F&M rehired. The former Commodore Tellis Bettles. Show us former Commodore Tellus Bettel, a wonderful Christian gentleman. And our party, he retired, and our party rehired him. And I think he's such a wonderful man. I had a brother who was sick, and I was so moved when I met the Commodore with my brother, him and his wife, praying for my brother. So you see, I can't talk nothing bad about him to the minister, because when I walked in that ward and I saw him and his wife laying hand on my sick brother, oh, it was so emotional. But he's one of the retirees that the FNM has hired, and he's qualified. Are they saying that we should fire him? Are they saying that we should fire Commodore Tellus Bettel after making a valuable contribution in this country and we need him? Huh? Is that what they want? Is that what they want? Well, I'll be damned. I'm not going to say that to Monroe. And I'll be damned. I'm not going to say it about Anthony Ferguson. I don't tell him. But Mama told me. So every time I saw Anthony and the twin, I get confused. All I say to them, now that I'm old, you know, see, they ain't nothing to me. They family to my ma. They're my ma family. So you see how small the country is? So the FNM is wicked, they're on the wrong track, and they should choose good issues. Good issues. And let these poor people who have been working, we do need their services. The fact that some are 45 doesn't mean they were working for 45 years. If you're 45 and you retire, it can't mean that you were working from you were born for the government then. So they've not studied it properly, and I hope that the retirees and their families will remember what our party is saying and do two things: vote PLP or stay home in the election. And then, of course, the FNM has to be careful, because the PLP is being kind to the FNM. FNM, you know how many FNM right there quietly leaking their mouth? The PLP gave them juicy contract. I know, but I'm not mad. I'm not going to say nothing negative about them, because they're Bahamians and they are entitled to work. And the country is so small, and all y'all is my family. And those of y'all who are not related to me are related to my ma. Yeah. I have many surnames, you know. Yeah. So that's what it is. Don't mind the spiritual advisor. The FNM is assisting him to gang up on me. Isn't it powerful? I mean, my party couldn't send me one or two of the texts. All right? It's wicked.
Every year, over 4,000 kids graduate from high school. Where is the succession plan? Is that what you call good governance?
My spiritual
These
advisor.
people don't train their subordinates to replace them.
My spiritual advisor,
all they want to do is
Wilson.
drive about government electric cars.
Belinda Wilson is the president of the union. And what is she producing?
Government car.
I drive the government car.
Yeah, I know.
I have to drive the government car. Yeah. How the hell I can get in the back of South Beach today?
All they want to do is drive
gonna be that?
Electric government expensive cars.
No, I don't drive electric car. All right? Now, Belinda is in charge of the union.
Thank you.
Teachers union.
Thank you so much for that text.
So what do you have? The children are F. It's Belinda them. Belinda has been very industrial and they ain't teach the children. That some of these children don't know A, if it was big as Christ Church Cathedral. That's a fact. The University of the Bahamas is a failure. Don't mind, I am uneducated.
Oh, we gotta go to Just Mode 5-7.
What time is it?
What time is it now? Let's go to Just Mode now.
Hello, Just Mo.
How are you doing? Good evening. Happy Friday to you all. It is yet another wonderful day with Ultra Games. And of course, right now, y'all know it is all about the 8th year anniversary Infinity Tour. We are doing our thing right here. And today, we are on Fire Trail Road. That's right. We are making our way around the town, and today we are at Fire Trail. C-Money just pulled up, so now I know things about to get off and popping, because you know, when C-Money reach, the games will soon commence. All right, so we're still setting up here, so you have plenty of time to get on down here to Ultra Games. If you're not sure exactly where you're going, if you're coming up Milo Butler Highway, you're taking that left, okay? You're going to come left off that roundabout, and you won't be able to miss it. We'll be there right there on the right, directly across from the pond, all right? So listen. You'll see the flags. You want to come out, and I can let you. I feel like I always take your job. I can let you tell the people what to do today.
You do it so well. Let's come back and just piggyback.
Put a little piece in there. All right. So let me tell you what to do.
Let's together. Let's see if we can see how good you.
Let me see if I got this. Let me see if I got this. All right. So you're gonna come on down, and all you got to do is make sure your account is current. Put $20 on there at a minimum. Feel free to put some more. All right, when you come on out, you're gonna have an opportunity to win and spin and dig for money in the cash cube, and you're also gonna have a chance to be entered to win $1,500 at the end of the night. Grand drawing at 7 p.m. All right, and the game starts at 6. There's the power happy hour around these parts. All right, so make sure you come on down, and you got plenty of chances to win things: TVs, tablets, Fire Sticks, shirts, paraphernalia, and of course, a little bit of money bucks coming back to you for your account, all right? So I got everything right now.
One thing you say when you say you can't dig for the money, you gotta reach for the money.
You gotta grab for the money then. The money floating right, you gotta grab for the money. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's happy hour, Ultra Gamer style. UG celebrates 8. We on Fire Trail Road. We've been doing this and we're gonna continue to do this. This is the place to be. It's the officially happy hour today because it's Friday, and this is the place to be, man. UG celebrates 8 the right way. Come on down, open up our account if we don't have one. Deposit $20, bring your receipt on the outside. You can play 2 games. You spin the wheel, TV, shirts, tablets, chargers, the whole 9. And then you go inside the cash cube and you grab as much as you can grab. You can put it in your shirt. You can put it in your pocket. You can put it in the hole where you get your little hand thing in the cash cube. Wherever you can put it, you only have 30 seconds. Right. And whatever you grab is yours.
There you go.
Ultra bucks. And don't forget, it's Friday, and you can walk away with $1,500.
That's
Let me say it right away again. $1,500.
Yeah, you gotta put a respect. $1,500.
There you go.
All right.
In order to win, you got to be in place and celebrate our anniversary with us here at Ultra Games, man.
And you have to be at this location today, all right? And of course, we have more locations to come. Again, you're going to have to keep on the ball. You got to make sure you check the socials to figure out where that is. But right now, it's all about Fire Trail Road, Ultra Games, 8-year anniversary, Infinity Tour. Happy Friday. We outside.
Yeah.
Come on down.
I thank you more. So it's powerful. So folks, these are some of the things that we are discussing. In this politics, you have to be, politically honest and correct. And the FNM is not doing a very good job at it. And I have the facts. See, I have the facts. And I've shown you at least the photograph of a number of senior officers that we need. You can't play politics. All right? You sick. You don't want to qualify doctor? Huh? You always look for the best. You don't get confused. I do it every day. I look for the best. Because it's about life. So that's what we are faced with. And the reality of the matter is our school system is broken. It's women like Linda Belinda Wilson. She knows the children ain't trained. She knows it. We know that the University of the Bahamas is a failure. I'm embarrassed as an uneducated man to be saying that. But we know it. The lecturers tell me, they complain to me. How do you think I know their business? Huh? I just ain't feel like dropping anything on them. So that's what we upload. And if your schools are not functioning properly, where you can get competent people from? And there are certain positions where you have to have people who have the experience. We have to be careful who we send as NIA. That's the National Intelligence Agency. We can't just send anybody there. And certainly the FNM knows better, because first they had opposition to it. And then when they came to power and they were given certain briefing, same FNM. So as an FNM, I knew what the FNM was doing. I'm very close to the PLP, so I have an idea what the PLP is doing. I'm an FNM who's very, very close to the government. The government knows I love them. They know they have to do it right. Or I criticize. See, the government knows it. The government knows it. I would go to the Prime Minister and say, Prime Minister, I'm not pleased with this minister. I'm going to attack. Yeah. That's what they do. So the FNM's wrong. Okay? They should stop it, and they should look objectively at powerful issues. I'm not going to give them any, okay? But they should look at it objectively, be a good opposition. Just keep quiet, go to the House and learn. All right? They know what they're doing. You see, Adrian White, he's concerned about the whistleblowers. What about those of us who speak goat skin drum? You have to learn how to laugh at these politicians. So that's what you're up against. Now my poor spiritual advisor, instead of him be looking
Sandra, you gotta look at this thing objectively, man.
My spiritual advisor.
You're not objective at all.
I'm very objective.
You're so one-sided, Rodney.
Do you think
that Stevie Wonder could
encourage
see that you lean in?
You think I should?
Hear me?
I hear you.
You are so
Do
one-sided.
You think I
Stevie Wonder could see you was a leaning man.
Wow, it's amazing. Hey, you think I should encourage the government to fire?
Some people been in the job for 40 years.
And
you want to bring them back after 40 years working on a job, and all these young people around here need to wait?
Stop. Find me it, and I'll have Monroe hire them.
Well, you got to count on that, man.
Huh?
The doctor tell you to watch the way...
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right?
Don't fall out in the studio.
No.
I'm not going to perform no resuscitation.
You don't have to give me no resuscitation, okay?
I can sign the DNR form. Do not resuscitate.
I just told you, people have been rehired in the judiciary. Do you have anybody that we could put in the judiciary?
I got a couple resumes I can send.
Bring them to me. I got a little influence, you know.
Yeah.
Bring it to me.
Listen, young people, I hope you're listening. At 5:30, we can open the lines. Please call in. The government says there are no young people to hire because the country is old.
My spiritual advisor.
All right, so at 5:30, please call in. You see the same man in here? Anyway.
Lord, I bring my spiritual advisor before you. This is Freedom March.
Oh, Lord.
God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's a wonderful day in the country. The FNM should stop it. And let's train Bahamians. Hold on, everybody. Be right back.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker only on ILTV.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grant Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, but he's emerging as the political advisor to the FNM.
No.
Bradley?
I'll always be the spiritual advisor.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Because I put Jesus first.
Amen, amen. Will you read the ad?
Are your dogs hungry and tired of low quality food? Give them the best at Modernistic. We carry all the top brands: Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, Anouk Shook at the lowest prices in town. On a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49. And for limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. Can't make it in? Shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality. Your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or online today. Hurry, offer won't last.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Let me just do this quickly, Santa.
Go ahead.
This is a free advertisement for all job seekers in the Bahamas. Listen to me carefully. I'm going to give you a website to go to. If you're seeking a job, there is a website called jobseekers.bahamas.gov.bs. Let me repeat that. If you are seeking a job, looking for a job, there's a job website called jobseekers.bahamas.gov.bs. Go to that website, look at all the jobs that's available, and please apply for them so that the government won't have any arguments about having to bring people back because you won't apply for the jobs. Once again, the website is jobseekers.bahamas.gov.bs. Free advertisement, paid for by the movement.
Thank you, Mr. Spiritual Advisor. But there's something that the spiritual advisor failed to note. There is a category of professionals that the state, the government needs, and it cannot be young teenagers. Certainly, if the government is going to rehire a doctor, it ain't gonna be an 18-year older. Certainly, that there are certain positions that the law clearly states. What are the qualifications? What is the age qualification? And that is where the FNM is making a fundamental error by failing to examine who has been rehired in view of the fact that there are no replacement. But I'm in a position to tell you that there has been 241 among those people police officers. I'm also in a position to tell you that the Ministry of National Security warns 1,500 people to join the Royal Bahamas Police Force. They're trying to build up. And of course, that's for young people. But it must be young people who are not smoking dope. You can't be smoking dope. Because when we test you, we'll be able to determine if the marijuana has been in your hair for at least 30 days. We don't want no dope smokers. We don't want you to be drinking rum, alcohol. We might tolerate small beers, but I would want to suggest that you should be alcoholic free. You have to be a citizen of good repute, good character. Then you have to be physically strong and fit. It's very, very important. So let us not play politics. And I will tell you that this Progressive Liberal Party has hired more people on the Royal Bahamas Police Force in 1 year than we in the Free National Movement has hired in 4.5 years. See, they got to be careful. They got to be careful because I'm blessed where I can know things. I don't want to say where I can see files because I don't see no files. I don't want to mislead you. But if I show up near a government office, I have the gift to discern. And by grab, this Progressive Liberal Party, I'm saddened over the fact that we in the FNM had it for 4.5 years. And the PLP comes, and within a year, we allow them to hire more young people and uplift them than we in the FNM did in 4.5 years. And I challenge Marvin James to contradict me. So don't mind these fellas. Don't mind them. Remember what I told you? Frankie Campbell got how much? $64,000. To do what? To get the jitneys running. And by damn, it's Wassa. Okay? And that's the good thing about being an FNM and working for the government. It's beautiful. I wish that all FNMs would be like me. You be FNM, but you be faithful to the government. You work with the government. When election comes, you vote PLP. You think you can vote for Michael Pentad? Michael, who want our sons to go to jail? Say they rape? Goodness of mercy.
Oh, let's open the line. Sorry.
My spiritual advisor, you hold on for a second, okay?
Oh, Just Mo, what time? Okay, we're going to Just Mo at 5:40, okay?
What time is it
It's
now?
5:39.
Really? So...
Yeah, you done run on enough now.
My spiritual advisor, I want you to stop it.
You ready?
Okay?
Let's go.
Hello, Mo.
Hello, Mr. Bunker and spiritual advisor. I can't leave you out there, Bradley. Y'all know what it is. It is the Beat Squad. We are most definitely out and about. And listen, we are having yet another dandy of a time with Ultra Games. It is all about the 8-year anniversary. And today we are at Fire Trail Roads location on our Infinity Tour. That's right. So I'm going to run this through you. One more time, run this through with you so y'all can know exactly how you come on out here, play some games, win some prizes, and maybe even walk away with some big money, all right? You can pull up at the location. If you don't have an account yet, no problem. We got you covered. We got somebody here setting up your accounts live on the spot. All you got to do is put a minimum of $20 on, grab your receipt, come on out, and you're going to have 2 games to play. They're going to give you an opportunity to win some things, all right? First, you get to spin the wheel. You can win anything from a TV, a tablet, a Fire Stick. They got Ultra Bucks on there, $10. They got T-shirts. They got all kind of things going on there. And then you get to do a cash grab into the next game where you can also win as much as you can catch, all right? The bills will be flying in the air. Fake money now. Don't come out there freaking out. And, of course, you grab them. You can hold them. You can tuck them. You can put them whatever. Don't let them go. And then they're going to, cash that out for you, put that onto your account. That receipt will also then be entered to win the grand drawing of $1,500 at 7 p.m. Now, the game starts at 6. Right now, people are just pulling up, lining up, getting their space, making sure they put their money on their account, getting all their entries together. You can enter as many times as you like. I'm just saying. Come on in, get as many entries as you want, and come on and have a good time, all right? It is all about Ultra Games doing the give back right here on their 8th anniversary tour. It is the Infinity Tour at that. So if you're in the vicinity of Fire Trail Road right now, make sure you come on down. Again, we are just east coming off of the Milo Butler roundabout right there when you get to Fire Trail. We're here waiting on you. Come on in, spend a little cash, and win some big bucks.
Just Mo. Is it Just Mo? Oh,
You can call it Just Mo.
Okay.
Thank you, my sister. So, folks, just relax. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to encourage and support the government in hiring, rehiring people that the system needs who are qualified. But I want young people to recognize that we need 1,500 more police officers. Okay? And it's sad for me to report that the Progressive Liberal Party has hired more people on the Royal Bahamas Police Force than our party did, the FNM, in 4.5 years. Michael Pintard should kiss his big toe over that. It's powerful. My spiritual advisor.
Let's open the lines. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. And of course, 698-0776. And don't forget, if you're seeking a job, there's a website called Job Seekers.
This is powerful.
Job Seekers.
Bahamas.
.bs. There's a lot of jobs on that website.
Yes.
Please go to the website.
1,500.
And apply for them so that you can deal with your unemployment, okay? So that's the website is Job Seekers.
Bahamas.
.bs. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
No.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. You're live.
Yes. Mr. Micah, I'm not being disrespectful, but you got to ease them sometimes because right now it's almost quarter to 6.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Now, Mr. Micah, you need this election time, and those officers need their jobs. Okay? Those big, especially those big high-ranking officers, you shouldn't be calling what capacity where they cast their vote. Because you have no right to do that because I was on the force.
Which officer I said?
Ex-policeman is off the force. He was my squad mate.
Which officer
when he was ASP, he was trying to reach the rank of superintendent. And do you know when they get to find out that he was opposite the government, what was in charge? They took that. And you say, oh, I did that to you. I did all which government? You don't those things because it's not good. It's a small country and everybody know each other.
Sir, the PLP has done no victimization.
You don't know that.
You take
you
it
don't
from
know
me.
Both government does victimization, so you stop that.
No, the FNM does
You
victimization.
stop that right there.
come
I don't
on,
care what
Rodney.
you say, 'cause
He said
I
both
don't have
government.
proof of it.
Listen to me.
Okay?
Yeah, both government does.
Listen to you on that point.
The PLP will not touch any citizen who's doing his job.
I know very well of someone who worked in that department, and that person isn't that qualified. And this happened years ago. To get that job, and the person got the job. So why you can tell me all these children would come to college, no one could get that job? Why?
Listen to me.
Sick in your brain.
Listen to me. You have to examine the law.
All right, I got up there, but I'm not going to listen to you.
Okay.
I'm not going to listen to you on that.
Okay, well, you ain't safe.
No, you don't know what it is to be safe.
You ain't safe. Anyway, do well and go to church on Sunday. God, these people are unsafe.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
How y'all do?
Ready?
Island boy here, calling from the island.
Really?
Which island?
I listen to your shows a lot, and I'm highly disturbed. There's no conversations on the family of Highlands. What's going on the family of Highlands?
Yes.
Only thing I hear on the shows is everything Nassau-centric.
Well, let's talk about your island.
Grand Bahama.
Let's talk about your island. What island are you on?
I live in Eleuthera, sir.
Okay.
But I just said that to say I want to talk to you about Eleuthera a little later, but something disturbed me what I saw on Shanique Miller's show, and I wanted to speak to you from Monday. The little boy who got hurt on the jaw, in the classroom, he was filling in for a teacher, and it's got his eye damaged from another student. I wanted you to find out who this little boy is. I think it's a Cash. Cash is a title.
Okay.
To try, let's see if we can help this little boy and his mother, Mr. Munker.
Okay.
I don't know if you're aware of what I'm speaking about.
No, I'm not aware of what you're speaking about.
Yes, sir. It was a little, I think, 11-year-old boy.
Really?
And the teacher went out of the class, and the boy was filling as a prefect. And some other student injured him in his eye.
Really?
Yes, sir. And I think we need to try to support this lady and our son, sir.
I agree with you. I agree
Let's
with
change
you.
the subject a little, because it's not only marital rape is the only thing carrying on in the country. We got other things carrying on.
You have to tell that
It
to the
disturbed me.
F&M. You have to tell
I
that to the
cried for that
F&M.
little boy. I cried for him, sir.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes, sir. And I need you to find out. He was on the Shanique Miller show with his mom.
Okay.
And it's been in my spirit for the last 5 days to tell you and Mr. Roll about it, so y'all can find out who this lady is with her son, and let's see if we can help them, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, Carl. Okay. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monker.
Sir.
And to your co-host.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monker.
Yes.
Do you think that a spiritual advisor must be somebody who's saved?
If my spiritual advisor should be somebody who's saved?
Yes, sir.
I really would want a saved spiritual advisor.
Well, I mean, listening to the spiritual advisor, he seemed to want to be able to discuss anything that people give him about the PLP that would make the PLP seem like a bad organization. But anytime you start talking about FLMs, he want to know why you want to talk about that. What you touching on that for? What you calling that my name for? You know, and that seems to be so unbalanced, you know, as for a co-host and a spiritual advisor, you know. But I want to, me and the citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas would like to give the spiritual advisor some homework.
Okay.
We would like for him to come back to us on Monday. Let us know what was it that Dr. Dali Regis and K. Forbes Smith was paid under the F&M when they bought them back. What was their home per diem? What was their gas per diem? We would like to know all of that information. Because he seems to be making a major issue about the little pittance that the PLP is paying people who they bought back.
What pittance?
He needs to tell us what it is that these, just those two people.
Okay.
We even ain't trying to get into all the others.
All right. You have the information, right?
We have the information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why you want me to talk about it if you have it?
Sir?
Why do you want me to talk about it if you have the information?
Because you seem to be very unbalanced.
Okay.
For a spiritual advisor, you seem to be very unbalanced.
No.
You want to talk about anything that seems to make the Progressive Liberal Party's government look bad, but what the FNM has done far worse.
Okay. So now
you're not interested in talking about it.
Okay. So now, what you want me to talk about?
I would like you to talk about those things, sir. Tell us how much money these people, when they bought their mark, were paid. What were their home per diem? What were their gas per diem? And all this extra lump sum of money they were getting.
Okay. And if the FNM did that and it was wrong, what you want me to do?
I want you to be a little more balanced, sir. Stop trying to make
you know something?
the public believe.
Apparently, you don't watch this show at all. You talking about balance?
And, you know, I get grieved in my spirit when I listen to you as a spiritual advisor.
So,
I get grieved in my spirit when I hear the way you function.
So here's what I'm going to do. Because your spirit is grieved, you need to call me so we can have some spiritual talks. Rather than worrying with politics, let's worry with Christ. Because apparently you don't seem to be worried too much with Christ. All right? So you give me a call. 814-6096. Call me, 814, so we can discuss some spiritual things.
I thank you, comrade. Let me take the cell phone. Hello, cell phone. Oh, the cell phone hang up. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
It's amazing.
Well, let me take it again. Hello, cell phone. Hello? Yes?
My little?
My love.
How you doing this afternoon?
Listen, I'm struggling against the forces of evil.
That's okay. Don't worry about those forces.
Okay.
A gentleman called you from Elutra.
Yes.
And he was talking about this little fella that got hurt.
Yes.
I send you the clip with his situation. Seriously, my leader, you really needs to look into that. Because it's very, very bad to know that child got hurt in school from last year and to the day he is still struggling.
Wow. Really?
With his mother, yes.
Is it a public school? Is it a public school?
Yes, sir.
It's a public school? Really?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'll look at the video.
I'll send you the clip. Look at the clip, and they has where the school is located, and the child is. It's so sad where the child is almost where he wanted to like commit suicide.
Really?
He said he's not been treated well. Yes.
This a male?
I want you to look at the clip.
I'll look at it tonight.
Okay. All right.
I thank you very much, eh?
Do you have anybody in the line?
Okay, let's take.
Evening, you and spiritual advisor.
God bless you.
Take care,
Let me
man.
take this next cell phone.
Weekend.
Thank you.
All right, you too.
Hello, cell phone. Hello.
I want you to read my text, Mr. Monko.
You sent a text?
Yes, I would like you to read it on air.
Okay, I'll have my spiritual advisor read it right now. Thank you.
She said she wants you to read it.
My spiritual advisor.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yeah.
Oh, spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, sir? Mr. Monka.
Sir.
Spiritual advisor, you is not a saved man. Spiritual advisor. Cox and reality spiritual advisor. Ben the F and M Broadback, K. Forbes Smith, $110,000 a year, $30,000 allowance, all the weeks. When they brought back Dr. Egregious, $150 a year.
So you
When they brought back, hello?
So you're justifying the rehires, right? By using that.
First of all, the FM government did not hire a single immigration officer, no custom officer. They brought back Mario Johnson. They brought back Sam Butler. They brought back, let's be careful, the FM government did not hire one single immigration officer, no custom officer. Okay, and all the African government is doing right now, first of all, Belinda Wilson, when her friend, Kate Forbes Smith received this big contract, she said nothing. When her friend, Dr. Regis was retired, over 20 years, they did nothing. They just ripped people with bread, Muslim. When the African hire, Susan Lawson.
Okay, yeah, so what you're saying is both governments are guilty.
No.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying, though.
No, hold on. Spiritual advisor. Let me, first of all, don't mention of the data I read was just yesterday. These were high rents over, first of all, we all agree, when you call some government agency, people are unprofessional, so that's why you need some young and old advisors. No, if you go in any government agency, you will notice this. This is the most high rent of young people ever. Spiritual advisor. And stop campaigning on the air reading the FM text, okay?
What you doing?
The bottom line, when they hire.
Dave, take care of yourself, eh? Do well. You have another call? Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello?
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
One God, amen.
Amen.
We agree.
A pleasant good afternoon to the Bridgewaters. Senator.
God save the king.
God save the king.
Yes.
God save the spiritual advisor too.
Listen, I would really love to. Yes, sir.
Just to look at the positive side of you, sir. I like to be honest with most things I say or do. Looking at the positive side of you, sir. I congratulate you because, like, when Mr. Monka tried, when his blood pressure is getting too high.
Yeah, I try to calm him down.
And he's waking up himself.
Yeah.
You tend to be concerned about that.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
Why you do that to yourself? Calm down, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You try to calm him down. That's good. You know, that's a good thing about you, spiritual advisor. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
Now,
too.
to get back to you, Senator.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make a contribution, okay?
Okay.
First of all, I want to thank all those PLP who come from underneath the rock now and defending their party. That's what you need to do, because the FNM does defend their party. Come out and offend for your party.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
What I want, my contribution to this today, is those persons who actually were hired back. Do you realize that those persons who was let go or reached retirement age and they wasn't handicapped or nothing and they still could offer, they were pulling money from the national insurance, right? Every month?
Right.
Yeah.
But now that they're hired, they are putting money back into the national insurance.
Wow, that's powerful.
Now, the other part of this, what you need to examine, is that the government probably needs to look at the retirement age and revisit that. Because people are living longer now than they were before. So rather than the retirement age be 65, they need to bring that up to 70.
Wow.
Okay?
You're working all your life.
There you see, because when you retire, a person they fall up and die. Once they active, they be in shape to live longer.
Thank you so much, Carlo.
You see?
Yes.
So that's my contribution.
We appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Senator.
All
God
right.
save the
You
king,
take care.
Brother
Have a good weekend.
Williamson.
We have any more time? It's 3 minutes to 6.
Hello.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You live.
Special Mongo.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mongo.
So,
Mr. Mongo, can I ask you a question?
of course you may.
Can you choose Jesus Christ and Satan?
If I can choose?
Jesus Christ and Satan.
No.
No.
Okay, so why you choose to be a PSIFM and use the PLP?
Listen, that is not spiritual, okay? I'm F&M, but I vote PLP because the F&M has failed. God saved the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God saved the F&M. God saved the governing Progressive Liberal Party. God saved the King. God saved my spiritual advisor.
I'm already saved.
God saved me. God saved you.
Acts 2:38.
Monday.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part